What's up guys, Everything Apple Pro here, and in this episode of Can It Be Faked, we take a look at the Galaxy Note 8. This thing hasn't even officially been released yet there are already replicas. Not one, but two clones I'm going to share with you in this video. Now, they did manage to improve it even days before the release, so we'll take a look and see how close it is. If you guys remember the Galaxy S8, they went through several revisions, and there's already another one before the final version is out with the Infinity display. So I'm very curious how this thing compares. It's always interesting to see their take on a $90 design compared to the real $930 version. So let's dig in. All right, so this is version number 1. This thing was actually created before they even knew what the new one would look like. So kind of a lot like the iPhone version. It's not going to be 100% there, but I still wanted to share with you because it was kind of funny. Oh my gosh, how many layers of this stuff does it take? Oh my gosh, finally. Samsung Galaxy Note 8. Wow, they got the box very, very similar there. Let's take a look inside. Whoa, there was no seal on that. It's magnetic. All right. And here it is, the $90 Galaxy Note 8. Ooh, that's not right. So again, like I said, they didn't know what the official design would be like before they released it. Ooh, it conveniently says Note 8 right there, just like the real deal. Pretty good idea, just bad placement. And these are not subtle at all. They're kind of in your face. Overall though, how does the size compare? Ooh, not so much a Note, but like a Galaxy S8. Maybe the blend between an S8 and S8 Plus. On the front, it doesn't look half bad until you notice those little bezels there. So the screen really isn't all the way down here to where they want you to think it is. It's a scam. It's a lot like the Galaxy Note 7 design. So let's power it on, see how it looks inside. I'll be happy to tell you though that the other version is much better than this. At least they got the USB-C right. Ooh, and I'm very curious to see the stylus. How does that work? Does that even come out? Are you serious right now? I think I just got that wrong. It's like break your fingernails in the process though. How does this work? There we go. Oh man, that is heavy. That is made out of aluminum compared to the real deal. Does this actually do anything? So it does, but these buttons don't actually do anything. They're just a fake placement there. So it does draw. You have to press really hard. For whatever reason, it feels like I'm almost scratching the display. Oh, so this relies on heat from your finger or something to transfer down into the pen. And then, because if I don't have my finger down there, it doesn't draw as well. If I hold it there, it does better. Huh. All right, so very crappy stylus, but at least they have one. Takes a lot of effort to take it out. Overall though, the software, let's take a look at that. Ooh, there it is, those borders. This is using the Note 7 wallpapers. And all right, it's not half bad. If this was a replica for the Note 7 Fandom Edition, it'd be much better versus a Note 8. I don't think this deserves the title of the Note 8 clone, but again, they didn't really know what it'd be like. So much smaller, not much like it. It's not gonna be fooling anybody with this one. So let's go ahead and take a look at the other one. As much as I'd like to ponder over this one, this is not why I made this video. All right, and here is that one. Dig right in. This one actually looks more like it in photos. All right, so we got some serious packaging here. They even threw in a case. We can see it has that longer camera sensor there. All right, Samsung definitely doesn't put their phone in packaging like this. Slide this out. It comes open. So this one opens more accurately to the real deal. And here it is. Obviously, Samsung won't have a sticker in a little baggie like this. That's just cheap feeling. Well, let's pop it out. I got the blue color here. Ooh, now we're talking. This thing feels a lot more legitimate. Take this off and let's peel this off, see what it looks like underneath. Now, I don't expect the display to be like crazy good, but at least it's gonna look a little bit more authentic than the other one. All right, and there it is. Wow. That looks surprisingly good. So I'm guessing they're using the new display from the Galaxy S8 clone. It is massive. Let's power it on so you guys can see the outline here. As you can see, there are very thin bezels by clone standards on the top and on the bottom. So not bad at all. Obviously not completely the same here. It's a little bit thicker, but display isn't too far off. Maybe it's a 5-inch, I'd say. And on the back, let's take a look at this. So some weird Olympics, again, these weird stickers they put on here. Ooh, man, that text, that bothers me so much. It's like meant to blend in, yet they make it as obvious as possible and so large. And if they were to copy it for the next version, I think they'd do that a little bit better. Samsung. Even the text looks a little bit off. It's fatter. It's not reflective like the original version. And in the cameras, man, see, this one has this little chrome border here. The original doesn't. Also, the camera right there looks like a complete dud, like fake. It just screams it. The whole camera slot looks a little bit fishy to me. We'll have to see if this works. Probably not. But at least they put an effort in to match the actual design. Let's see here. Power button. Oh, power button is actually very accurate. Very true to its nature. Over here, everything else matches up. Even the tops. Antenna bands. Wow, that is a very good fake, actually. That looks really good from the bottom. Let's check out that stylus. How does this one come out? Oh, same way. Break my fingernails. I'm literally just cringing at the thought. All right. So, I think this one has a button, but it doesn't do anything. So this one's like a little bit lighter than the other one. It's a little bit higher quality still, though. If it doesn't press in, if you don't push in to take it out, it's a fake. But we got this drawing thing. Not bad. This one definitely draws a little bit easier. Don't have to press into the display to make that happen. So does it actually detect when it comes out? Oh, it does. So it still has some sort of sensor in there to detect when it leaves. But let's see what I think of this. If you guys can discern that. All right, let's get into the software here. Ooh, what's going on? Some sort of glitch? Nice. So that got stuck on the display. Wow, that doesn't look half bad, to be honest. Like, you put this in your hand, someone that's never used this thing, it looks pretty much almost genuine. Very nice and large display. It even has the swipe up gesture. Let me go ahead and put in my weather here. So signing into the Play Store, you know what really bothers me about using the keyboard on this is it feels like there's like 2 or 3 millimeters between your finger and the display. So this glass is super thick, and sometimes I'll be pressing the wrong things just because my fingers think they're going to be touching something a lot closer, and it's not. It's a very strange effect. On smartphones nowadays, they try and remove as much glass between you and the touch and LCD panel, yet this one adds it for effect to give it a little curvature, which is just a funny little side effect. Hey, the Bixby button works though, so that one can be pressed, and I'm sure you can reprogram this one unlike the official one. So I'm sensing some restriction here when I try and open up the Play Store, and you see that lag, man, that's terrible. Sometimes it won't let me say the app is not installed. It's as if they intentionally want you to keep from opening some of the applications. I had to get a workaround just to get it to open. Anyways, I'm installing these guys. Internet's extremely slow. Using this device is going to be a pain if you're thinking about buying it. It's definitely one of the better clones I've seen. I mean, they went all out. Even the wallpapers, they got matching wallpapers here. They have an always on display. Like, at first glance from a distance, they look pretty similar, don't they? So they got a little curvature going on the corners of the screen. Can't wait till they release an iPhone with that, the iPhone 8 clone. That'll be kind of cool to see. But yeah, not too far off. They did a very good job with this one. The animations themselves for system and stuff, it's a little unresponsive compared to other clones I've seen. Let's go ahead and check out the Geekbench if it'll allow me to even. Man, oh, come on. Software controls suck on clones. And let's see, Geekbench, not downloaded. It's still waiting. That is so slow. 4 minutes to download, 5 minutes to download a tiny app like Geekbench. What in the world? That takes me literally 5 seconds and under on a standard one. Oh, there we go. 1 minute, 3 minutes. Okay. All right. I'll give them props though for trying to replicate the software correctly. Jumping into the settings, you'll notice everything looks very similar to how it looks on a Samsung, except much slower. I wanted to show you that it actually is running Android 7.0. So this thing is pretty much as updated as a regular Samsung Galaxy S8 right now for me. I still haven't got an update on Verizon from 7.0, which kind of sucks. The thing I hate about Android the most really is the lack of updates being uniform across all carriers. Anyways, let's jump into Geekbench, see what we can get out of this guy. My guess is about 1200 single core, if that's even being generous. 3 gigahertz. Whoa, they've bested both Apple and Samsung with only 1 gigabyte of RAM. There is no way that is fake there. But let's go ahead and see. I bet this will take about 30 minutes, honestly. These take so long on clones. By now I've learned not to trust the fine print, the 3 gigahertz claims. It's just so slow. So see you guys tomorrow.
Approximately 10 hours later.
Boy, how wrong I was. I was so generous with a 1200 single core score. Look at that. What is that? How is that even acceptable? 1126 multi-core score, so you might handle a game of Snake or something on this thing, but wow. Android 7.0 for real, how does it even support running on something this slow? That's ridiculous. So they lied about the processor. Apparently this thing is 3 gigahertz, or that's just the fakeness bleeding through into Geekbench here. 1 processor, 8 cores. How can that be? That is such a scam. No way. So awful. Let's go ahead and get an Antutu in here. Give us another number. That's a score of 22,187, comparing it to the real deal, about 8 times less. So performance-wise, this thing is just for show. There is no performance behind this name at all, the Chinese Galaxy Note 8. Let's go ahead and test out that camera, and I'm going to dig in inside and see what's going on there. Now, you guys wouldn't believe it, but this is a 12 megapixel shooter. Samsung says it has better low light capability. The dual lens sensor is supposedly supposed to help with the shutter. It's got dual optical image stabilization. Can you guys tell? I mean, it's pretty stable, right? Probably one of the worst clone cameras I have yet to see. Oh my gosh. Help this company, please. That is terrible. The judder from moving slightly, the panning. Is this even 30 frames per second? It looks like it's 15. Oh man, sometimes I don't know why I review these things. So terrible. Alright guys, so it's actually warning me on screen right now about low light, that I don't have good light. Interesting. And here's that front-facing camera. Ooh, they crop it, so probably definitely not the megapixels as advertised. This one almost seemed better than the one on the rear. And more than likely there's a dud in the back, which I'll figure out in just a second, but there's the front-facing camera. So truly an awful camera, and before I go about disassembling it, I actually wanted to see, is this a genuine fingerprint sensor? I believe in the ad it said it was, so let's test that out. So it is touch-based because it knows when I'm touching it, but it doesn't seem to be asking me for accuracy or to use the rim of my finger or anything. So let's see, try and unlock it with my finger. Oh, it does unlock, but does it work with a finger I didn't record? Yes, it does. Either my fingerprint matches up without me knowing, or that is a dud. So let's open it up and take a look. This was glass that would have been broken long ago. Never do this while opening up your real Note 8. And here's the internals. Let's take a look. Looks like this thing comes up here. Where is the sensor at? I feel like maybe it could be here. I don't know. But it always knows when it's in. Maybe it's at the end of here when it pokes in. Dual lens sensor, can't really see, but this one most likely is fake. This is connected, but just as a touchpad, not a fingerprint sensor. Massive battery. The actual casing is so thick and heavy. I wonder if that's real steel, because it sure feels like it. It's definitely not aluminum. And so pretty basic stuff. Most of it is being housed right there. A little bit different than the real one, of course, but not much to discern from inside here. I also wonder, does it have a real micro SD slot in here if I were to open that? Oh, it does. And wow, they actually built one into that. That's kind of cool that they copied that. All right, guys, so that's just about it. The Galaxy Note 8 from China, latest version. It's pretty cool. Wouldn't say it's worth $90, but it certainly does look like the real deal. It could fool some people, I guess. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Just another clone. I'm gonna have a really cool iPhone 8 one coming here in just a few days, so stay tuned for that. And of course, we got the real iPhone coming in just a few days. Super exciting. Peace.